Hello, welcome to Hookedbylade. This is Lade here, and I'm here to unofficially introduce you to a new and exciting part of Hookedbylade. Now, when I say new and exciting, I know you wonder what I mean. This brand has grown so far with your love, God's grace, support systems around me, and I know there are some things you would like to figure out, there are some things you'd like to understand. I'm willing to break it down to how it all started. Where did it start from? Of course, I didn't just randomly pick a yarn, pick cameras and start making bags and start making reels. I know some of you are from Instagram. Welcome. So like I was saying, it started from when I was a kid. Now I'm not really sure of the exact age. Sometimes I say I'm 9, sometimes I say I'm 10, sometimes I say I don't know, but I know I was very, very young. It was in church. I just saw a little girl crocheting. I picked interest. She just told me, no, she was knitting. Yes, not crocheting. If you don't know the difference between knitting and crocheting, please check the video. I'll link it below. There are two different things. So she was knitting, right, with broom, and I picked interest. It's a really nice stuff to see someone making belts with yarn and broom. So I'm just like, okay, what's this lady doing? And then from there I got lost. I got lost in the art. That's what it's called. You, as a child, you don't know what it is, but you just want to fight it. You want to understand it. You are seeing what someone is doing. Now the beautiful thing is, and why I particularly love children when they are learning, is they are not doing this for monetary purpose. They are not doing this to make profit. As a child, we were doing it because we just loved to, because we just wanted to create, right? To create art. So I fell in love with this art that this young lady was doing, and she just taught me knitting with 2 broom, and that was where I started from. From knitting with 2 broom, I dropped knitting. I fell in love with crocheting. We call it knitting pin. It's a crocheting hook, actually, those very tiny ones. I know the Nigerians in this in the building will know what I'm talking about. Those very tiny knitting pin, but they are crocheting with the silver ones, right? So I got my hands on it. Of course, my parents were supportive when I was younger, so I started crocheting. We do cards as children. It's really intriguing. It's beautiful. We were not even selling them when we started. We do cards, we do belts, we do jackets. We just do different things. Then as a child, I loved making purses. I know it's funny, but that was what it is. It got to a point that when I make the purses, I would get zip and I would find a way to attach zip. I honestly had no idea what I was doing. And to make those purses, the kind of yarns I use are the small yarns, right? The tiny, we call them like normal yarn, not this t-shirt yarn that I use in making these big bags. So I double them or I triple them to make it very sturdy, to make it very solid. Then at a point, I tried to convert it, to make it into a business, but my parents also tried selling them for me, sending it somewhere, but the whole thing just didn't work out. So I just lost interest. Life happened, we grew out of it, and I just thought that was all. So when I was serving youth service, I was serving in a very beautiful village of Hookedbylade, Ahoda, West Local Government in Rivers State. If you are from Rivers State, I know you are familiar with this area. So I was serving in Rivers State, right? And normally a lot of people would redeploy. It's not an issue. I studied architecture, so I would have looked for a firm, architectural firm, enjoying architecture, doing 3D animation, doing all these ones, and no, not 3D. I mean 3D modeling, and I don't know architectural terms again. I'm not sorry. I'm a crocheter now, so that's what it is. So I would have maybe gone into construction and all that, but I just stayed in the village. I was a geography teacher, and in a place of serenity, in a very quiet place, crocheting came back. In a space where what you just do is wake up in the morning and you have beautiful children around you. It's a village. It's local in a very beautiful way. It's not a busy city, so you don't have a lot of things occupying your mind. By the way, I was also a freelancer at the time. I work on Fiverr. I don't know if you've heard of Fiverr.com. I work on Fiverr. I offer animation services, not architecture related, just whiteboard animation. I'm a video creator. I work with my partner. to make videos on Fiverr. I'll link my profile, my Fiverr profile here, just so you see what I look like when I was freelancing. So yes, besides Fiverr and teaching geography, crocheting came in the middle, and it's like my first love, so I took it seriously. Now, what made me fall in love with crocheting, you won't believe it was teaching the kids. Now, I took it like as an assignment. So what I'll do is, the kids I take, blessing, oh God, those children, God bless them. So what I do is, I get yarns in bulk, like it's just like a personal assignment for me. So before they come and see me, I watch YouTube tutorials, of course, what I want to teach them today, what I want us to do together. So by the time they come, they'll be so happy. There's lots of yarn for them to play with. So I just, okay, today we are doing crocodile stitch. Of course, when I picked crocheting back up, it's not like I was an expert. I'm going to be very honest. It's not like I was an expert, but I was just willing to get back into it, and teaching those children really helped me out, because they brought out the creative side of me. At least now I'm very sure that if I want to create anything, I almost won't need to watch a YouTube tutorial. Not even almost. The creativity side of me has been fully activated. But at that time, I fell in love with working with the children, teaching them random stuff, cap. We were so happy. Granny squares, they make blankets, they make bags, they make different things. So it started from there. And with my knowledge of being a freelancer, I was starting to see a possibility of merging the two worlds. Now, it's not like I've seen anyone merge both worlds before, so I didn't really know what I was doing, but I know it's possible. Like, it's possible that I don't work on Fiverr and I still earn a living as a crocheter. So crocheting has always been seen as a grandma hobby, right? When you start crocheting, people just look there and you're like, is it not grandma that do this thing for their grandchildren? And or is it not people that are bored that just crochet? But now it's turning into like tech skill. It's my own tech. It's turning into a tech skill. So it's like I was looking for a way to merge crocheting and freelancing. That is, being able to earn a living while creating art, while expressing my creativity. That was where it started from. So I started seeing these crochet bags, random, Pinterest. You know how resourceful that platform is. It was on Pinterest. I started seeing this, crochet bags, t-shirts here, and I was like, what is this material? I didn't even know where I could get it, but the moment I set my eyes on it, I knew I was going to go for this full time. I told my partner then, and of course he encouraged me. I knew I was going to go into this full time. I was like, no, this is it, because I know it's different, and I know it's working with something that you normally don't see around. So it gives me the chance to create a niche, to have a niche for myself, to be different. Now, as I was teaching the children, when I finished serving, of course, the business side of it had to come in. I did a 9-to-5 briefly, I think for about 2 years, a construction firm based in Dallas, Texas. I was like, not really like freelancing for them, because we go to the office full-time, so it's like a full-time job. But then I quit because I wanted to focus on freelancing. Now that's another topic. I did not quit for crocheting, no. I quit for freelancing because I also liked making videos. That's why you see when I show up on the reels, it's like an assignment for me. It's like I have a brief. Now before I make a reel, it's like I have a brief, something I'm trying to get done, so an information I'm trying to pass with the reel. So it's not like I'm making a random reel that will just randomly go viral. I make every reel intentionally. Then freelancing was actually doing good. I was a bit comfortable. Fiverr was doing well. I was with my partner. We were creating videos for clients all over the world, from the United States to Germany to China. We were creating lots of videos, so it was doing good. But I was still not comfortable because before then I realized that I loved crocheting. So it was like freelancing was more of like a rebound. I don't want to call it that, like a rebound. So I wasn't comfortable with a rebound, right? I wanted to go back to my first love, which is crocheting. But I need to find a way to make both of them work, right? We need to make it work. So what happened was, I now looked for a way. I had to find a path. I looked for a way to get my hands on those things, those beautiful things I saw on Pinterest. Believe me, it wasn't funny. I got scammed. But that's the story for another day. I looked for a way, and by the time I got my hands on it, it was like a beautiful experience to now transition from a freelancer, from a full-time freelancer to a full-time projector. So it's like job, freelance, then crocheting. So there's something in the middle. So transitioning to a full-time crocheter was fun in the beginning because I got to explore with a lot of things, a lot of yarn, bags. I focus on bags. I'm not doing any other thing. I'm not doing, at least for now, I'm not doing caps. I can do it. I'm not doing mesh tops. I'm not doing bralettes. I can do them, but I niche down to bags, right? So I was able to explore, play with different type of bags. Now doing it full time also had its own challenges. I know in other videos I'm going to break the story down a bit more. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And remember to subscribe before I go too far. Please remember to subscribe. Now, transitioning to full-time crocheting now. Initially it was fun because it's just passion. I did not start for the monetary purpose because I did not even see the craft getting to this point. If I saw it getting to this point, I could have done something, I don't know, crazier at the beginning because the focus would be clear. But I just knew I was going somewhere, right? So I just got started. Now I made a lot of bags, different designs. Now it remains. The next step was how to drag people who genuinely love handmade craft, who genuinely love people that use their hands to do something, because not everyone is like that. Till date, some people still prefer to get fast fashion items, and I don't really have a problem with it. If it's what you like, to each his own. But I'm just saying I needed to find my audience, right? I needed to find my tribe, people that are watching right now. I needed to find a way to connect with you, every one of you, the rookies and all. So I just thought of using freelancing as the bridge. Video creation that I was doing before, it was official before. I would collect brief, animation, voiceover. It was all official before, but now I just had to use the knowledge that I've gained together with my partner on Fiverr as a bridge now to transport myself to Instagram. Naturally, I'm shy with cameras. I don't like to post unnecessarily. If you like to, I always say to each its own, but personally, that's the way I'm wired. If I don't have a reason to come online to post anything, I'm not going to do it. But my passion took me on a different direction, right? What I love to do required me to show up consistently. It required me to show up even on days I'm tired. It required me to show up. If, say, something happens, right, I break down. It required me to show up like 30 minutes later, and I'm still going to show up normally. You won't even know what's going on. So I just use freelancing as that bridge to bring myself out there. One of the reasons why I'm telling this story is just for anyone that is watching, because I've gotten a lot of questions. Oh, do you train? Do you teach? How can I start to do these bags the way you are doing it? I need you to know that there's a story behind it, and I need you to be familiar with the story, such that you would respect the craft the way I respect it. This is not a 5-minute craft. This is not, let me just teach you. In 20 minutes, you start making yours. Yes, it's possible. I'm not disputing it. Look, I always say, if it's too good to be true, then it's probably not good. If you find a means of learning the entire thing or the entire process in a 2 hours video, please, by all means, get to it. But I'm just trying to let you know that every journey is unique. My journey is different from yours. I just want you to be familiar with mine before we go too far. So if I'm taking things slow, if I'm taking tutorials each day it comes, you know that it's a person behind this process. It's an actual person. I'm not a robot. I can't plan 10 things at the same time. So why you have your questions, why you want me to teach, why you want me to show you how I'm doing what I'm doing, please be familiar with the story. So yes, I use freelancing, I bridged it, I started crocheting, and the rest, they say, is history. It's not really going to be history because over time I'm going to be breaking it down, but I don't want to say too much for now. I'm trying to keep some things for later. I made lots of bags, and I need to mention that till now the first set of bags I made are not sold, and it's because I don't want to say they are ugly. It's because they are my how do I put it? They are my practice batch. I didn't make them for profit. That's one thing, and they're an investment. I actually used money to get those materials, but I knew I was going somewhere. So I had support systems that pushed me out. This thing is amazing. You should sell it. That was my sister. You should sell it. Kiniko, people would buy it. Kiniko, just be bold. I'm like, okay, this could actually work. That was when I started posting videos. I think I started with TikTok, but TikTok needed me to be myself, what I was running from. I'm myself on Instagram, don't get it twisted, but I can still come out when I want to. With that being said, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification, because I will be showing you how to crochet as a complete beginner, especially for people that are tuned in for this purpose, because I realize a lot of people are falling in love with the art. I just want to crochet, I just want to make these stuff. So we're going to start from the very beginning, where I started from. I'm going to be showing you how to crochet basic things, cards, beanies. I would show you for tutorial purposes, right? I'm also going to be showing you how to earn an extra income as a freelancer from home. With your laptop, with your phone. There are lots of things you can do to earn extra income. Not everybody can be a crafter, not everybody can be a freelancer, but with the knowledge I have, I'm willing to share it. I'm also going to be showing you how to utilize social media, because it's been one of my major strengths. How to utilize Instagram, how to utilize TikTok, because you know there are different ones. Twitter, I'm not sure, but I'm just going to do my best to show you how to utilize social media platforms to bring yourself out without having to be anybody else. You can't be me and I can't be you, and that's your strength as well as mine. Thank you for tuning in, and let me know if you have any question at all in the comment section. I'll be willing and happy to answer every one of them. Lade here, and I love you. Bye.